this is Gilbert P with TCG, and I smaller than 3, the HTC HD7. The HTC HD7 is part of the launch lineup of phones that are running the Windows Phone 7 operating system. So this is Microsoft's attempt at trying to become relevant again in the mobile space. You know, with the competition coming from iPhone, from Android, even WebOS, you know, Microsoft really had to, get their game together and come out with something that was at the very least competitive, but definitely more modern. Today we're going to look at an offering from Bell, which is this phone right here. So as you can see, the phone sports a huge screen. I mean, this thing is 4.3 inches, and I've been really enjoying it. It's really good for playing games, for watching movies, and surfing the web. Here you have a back button, home button, which is using the Windows logo. I think it's a nice touch. And also a search button here. At the top, you have basically your in-ear speaker and the proximity sensor. Your microphone, I think, is right here at the bottom. And you have your jack here for your headset and also USB connection. On the right side of the phone, you have your volume rocker and also a camera button, which is a really nice touch. It makes it really easy to take pictures and whatnot. The back, there's your camera, which is 5 megapixels, your dual LED flash, and also loudspeaker right here. And all the cool thing about the back is that, as you can see, I was able to pull out a stand, and you can stand the phone if you're watching a movie or something like that. Windows Phone 7 does have Netflix, so it's really great to be able to to sit down and just enjoy something. You can see that when you turn it on, you have a nice lock screen. It's very simplistic. It's just a picture and the date and the time. I think it's really nice. Slide it up. What you get is an interface that looks really much like tiles, right? It's just all over. You have some smaller tiles and you have some big tiles. But it's really nice, and they're actually animated, and they kind of act like widgets. So it's kind of a combination of iOS and Android, but also completely brand new, because really there's nothing else like it. If you go through, you can see that there's other things happening. There's the people tile. The people tile is kind of like everyone I know. So everyone who's on my contacts list, who's also on my Facebook, it updates with their pictures and basically tells me what's going on. Right? I mean, I don't want to go too much into this because obviously I'm going to be breaking some privacy from the people I know, so can't do it, unfortunately. Well, Microsoft has a policy that basically any manufacturer who uses Windows Phone 7 is not allowed to customize the interface of the phone. So basically what you're seeing here is actually going to be exactly the same on all Windows Phone 7 phones. So I mean, that could be a good thing in some areas, but also at the same time you want to be able to customize your phone. There's not that much customizability here aside from being able to change the tiles and maybe what actual tiles that you have. And also you can change the background from black or white. So not a lot there. Something that's unique to the HTC HD7 and actually other HTC phones that run Windows Phone 7 is the HTC Hub software that's loaded onto this thing. So basically, if you look here, there it is, we're in it right now, and it looks a lot like HTC Sense, right? If you have an Android phone or an older Windows mobile phone. Right, so I mean, it's just an interface that lets you kind of see what's going on, look at some featured apps, applications that you have on your phone, right? It really tries to replace the home screen, but the problem is you can't use this as your home screen. So I'm not sure if this was like a proof of concept by HTC, but it's kind of redundant to have this and also the home screen that comes included with the phone, especially when you hit home, it takes you all the way back to that one. When you push the arrow button here, you can see that it takes you to a list of all your applications. Right? So, but again, this is all the same stuff that's on all other Windows Phone 7 phones. Games on the HTC HD7 look great though, and that's really thanks to this gorgeous screen. So you see there's they're starting to get some really good developer support. Tetris is here, and there's also some great Xbox Live games. And there it is, right? I mean, this is Tetris. As you can see, this looks really good and really nice on this huge screen. I mean, my goodness. Okay. Really fun. Also on the Bell HTC HD7 are some applications that came straight from Bell. You can go in and look at mobile TV, for example. Some services that Bell only offers to their own customers. A great thing about having Windows Phone 7 is that you have Microsoft Office. So you can go in, you can look at OneNote, Excel, Word, you can create new documents in this one, and you can really stay productive. If you've seen any review for Windows Phone 7, they're not all that dissimilar from phone to phone to phone because of what Microsoft is trying to do. At the same time, there are some applications that HTC has added to try to make the experience a little bit more theirs and something different than you would experience in other phones. I mean, the screen itself is definitely an example of that, and there are other applications, to help with that. The camera quality on this, I would say, is average. It's not the worst, but it's definitely not the best either. It's good enough. I like that there's also the dual LED flash, but sometimes it's a little much, right? They're really bright, and sometimes I'm just, it could blind someone if they're not expecting it. So this was a quick look at the HTC HD7. It's not a bad phone by any means. It's fun to use, and there are some good apps in there, and there really are. That said, it's not that dissimilar from other Windows Phone 7 phones. So I mean, any Windows Phone 7 that you get, you're basically going to get a very similar experience. And like I said before, that might be a good thing in some areas, but at the same time, when you're trying to look at these different phones, there's really not much to say to differentiate from one from the other. HTC tried to plug up some of those holes by adding their own applications. So I mean, that's pretty good in the sense of there's a nice photo enhancer, some nice notes, software that you can use. If you're used to something like an Android, you might feel very limited if you try to switch to not just the HD7, but also a Windows Phone 7 phone of any kind. So that said, try it out. I invite you to try it out. In fact, we got something for you. If you are curious about looking into getting a Windows Phone 7 phone and the HD7 is something that you're interested in, we actually have an HTC HD7 to give away to a lucky reader. So what I want you to do is go to thecellularguru.com to find out details on this great giveaway. So this is Gilbert P. This is the HTC HD7, and what you want to do is head to thecellularguru.com right now to sign up for the giveaway of this awesome phone. Alright? I'll see you there. Peace out.